Hey guys, so little video, and this time I guess I will publish it just to put a bit pressure on me to set up and finish all the previous video. You will understand why that I have done previously. So by the way, you have the two tanks quite okay and clean and ready to smoothly, I hope, run autonomously for the 2 next week. We go on holidays, we won't be there. At least through the webcam we will be able to see whatever is going on, and the camera is in front of the pH monitor that you can see. On the left you have the Discus aquarium 6.7, something like that. On the right 8.2 for the Tropheus. So it's Amazonian river, here it's African lakes. Totally different water, as you can already see through the pH, but I don't learn it to you, I guess. Here, the Discus, we got them at the beginning of the year, very small enough to enter in the Elvels caves. Now they are a bit bigger, but it's F1, and Organismos is still complicated, I would say. Tropheus, wild fish, Tropheus red rainbow, that we got since something like 2 years. As you can see, transparency of the water is not just because we are doing some water change, but it's also thanks to the osmose. As you can see, both tanks are set up with a Eheim dual box or feeder with a little cylinder in front of it in order for the food. So the problem is more the trophies, because they are really crazy when you feed them. It's exploding, it's splashing in all directions. So you have to put that kind of cylinder. And the second purpose of cylinder is to force the food to go in the water, because if you see, both tanks are set up with a special filter, and it will be the object of the next videos. And this is overflow, as you may guess already. In the center, this is the output of the filter, and the input are doubled. And on the right, this is the emergency input for the filter, and typically it's taking all the food that could swim at the surface. Okay, so a quick sneak peek, I would say, on the filter. You can see this is a kind of sump, and it's a bit special to be able to run 2 weeks without disturbance due to the water level pressure in the sump as well. You have some osmose water reservoir here with a auto top-off system, in fact. After that, you will have an in-deep presentation, but the fact is it's a self-cleaning filter, self-cleaning on the mechanical part, and another principle to be self-cleaning on the biological part. After that, you have here different module, as you can see over there. I don't know if you know what it is. It is ozone injection and UV sterilizer are set up on both of the tank. But the interest of that kind of sump, it's not only to get access to the water at any moment when you want to do an experimentation or a test, but this is also to set up some secondary tank, like both of them for different purpose. For example, here this is some little L201. The lamp is really not good, but you have a lot, believe me. And here, in fact, this is some shell whalers, I guess, living in theory in some shells, but at this moment I just put them some tube, and I would say it's fine. So you have different setup. As you can see, there's no sand on the floor, on the ground, and this is done on purpose for the first month to me to learn, in fact, the water stream in the aquarium, what could be optimal to take all the fish waste measures that you can see on the bottom. Everything, it's part of the automations that you can see here, and the other part is a little smart plug that you have here. So you have the filter is self-cleaning, but the tank as well is self-cleaning times to times. And regarding the parameter, currently, one more time, it's just before 2 weeks of holidays that I won't be there to monitor anything or to fix or to observe through the webcam, but that's all. Regarding parameter, you have very hard water here, very soft water here. Hardness, KH, it's 1 or one maximum. KH is here 8. General hardness, this is 4 or 5 here. Here it's more 12. So very different. pH, you saw it. It's something like I can display because it's another monitoring system here. Basically, what is interesting with this one, you have conductivity and you have pH, temperature, but you have also ORP. And when you change the electrode, you put this one. In fact, you can make sure or control how much ozone you are injecting in the system, because too much, it's not suitable. Yep. Exactly. So the filter, they are able to clean themselves. They are able to send me information about how much paper has been used, and if they need to change, the wasted paper need to be removed, for example. So typically I will be aware that something is not going well, but I won't be able to do anything. Yeah, it reminds me already an experimentation I made 2 years ago, going for a very long time with some canister filter. It was Fluval FX6, and Tropheus, as you can see, are still there with no loss. And Discus, the tank biologically exploded, so I lost most of the group of the Discus. Exactly. Interesting experimentation, you would say, or stupid one. The fact to me, that kind of hobby shouldn't bother you in your daily life. You should be able to set up a live support system, autonomous, for you, in fact, to just enjoy, control times to times, monitor, okay, but observe, enjoy, and see what could be the best conditions that you can offer to your living organisms. Exactly. Don't worry, the sun will come back in a few months. If you are really focused on the sun, it's just a detail currently. For the Discus, it's not a big deal. You can have a tank without sun. For Tropheus, it's really something could be helpful. They need it at one moment. Okay, so let's see in 2 weeks how it will look like. Ciao, guys.